Good morning. Today is a storm alert weather day, and we're really going to be focused on the evening hours for that storm potential, that severe risk. As far as this morning, we've been talking to you about patchy, dense fog, and I just got this photo in. This was taken this morning. So as we're entering those twilight dawn hours, Rick Dreves, this is from Swanee, you're getting to see the foggy view looking over the mountain into the valley. That means if you're in Swanee, if you're in Mont Eagle, driving into the valley, you're going to run into foggy spots. So please, again, do be careful this morning for your commute. Not every single location is going to be dealing with fog, but there are a lot of folks that are going to end up having it. So I'm going to show you the map one more time, doing a great job with this denser fog down to the southwest of Chattanooga. What's not showing up well is we certainly have foggy spots between Dayton, Athens, Cleveland, Chattanooga, and Dalton. So even if you're not highlighted, you may run into that reduced visibility this morning, and then also over to the east. So certainly something to use some caution for. Again, this fog lasting in locations through about 8-9 a.m. for the morning time. Outside of that, really pretty quiet conditions for your morning hours. Here's our local radar. Nothing showing up here locally. We're still tracking this one spotty downpour and storm that's moving into Coffee County at this time. It started to fade out, but then it kind of built back up again, and this may hang together for about 45 minutes from now, moving into the northern edge of Grundy County. So something to just watch as we get closer to 7 a.m. Eastern time, 6 a.m. Central time for those in northwestern Grundy County. But overall, again, quiet during the morning time. Even this afternoon, only some isolated pop-up storms. I think the greater concern comes into play this evening from about 5 p.m. until 11 p.m. This is the severe outlook for our local area. You can see the enhanced risk, that level 3 in the orange, well to the north of us. But as we zoom in here locally, we're split between the level 2 slight risk, that's out of 5, and the level 1, that's the lowest marginal risk. So storms coming in from the northwest and will kind of weaken slightly as they move to the south. But regardless, pretty much our entire area, you're highlighted under one of those colors, so we want you to pay attention. The primary threats are going to be damaging wind at 60 miles per hour, and then this bottom one, the quarter-size hail. The tornado risk is not 0, but it is low end, primarily for our northern tier. So where you see that level 2 risk, having that isolated risk for a tornado. But at least some good news is we are looking at that severe threat dwindling during the overnight hours, so not really happening while people are asleep. So that is some good news. As we're looking at future cast for today, that wind coming up from the south, at times it could get gusty this afternoon around 20 miles per hour. Fog this morning, but not much else outside of that. So actually kind of pretty outside during the morning time with a mix of sun and clouds. This afternoon, I do think we could see a couple of pop-up storms. I know they're not showing up on here, but kind of keep that in mind. 3-4 o'clock, some of those pop-ups possible. And then here comes that broken line of storms. This is the window of time where we really have that severe threat as it moves in from northwest to southeast across our area. Torrential rainfall, which could lead to some localized flooding and lightning, but also again the damaging wind risk and that hail potential. That's going to continue to sink down to the south. Now some rain will happen even midnight 1 a.m. after that, but the severe risk will have diminished at that point in time. As we look ahead to Wednesday, notice that wind shift coming out of the north. Tomorrow will be a little bit cooler, highs around 80 degrees. A couple of isolated showers and storms possible for our southern communities, so in Georgia and in Alabama. And then also finally late in the day on Wednesday, that humidity will be dropping as well. As we focus just on today, total rainfall, you'll see nothing really showing up for the morning and the first part of the afternoon, but wait till we get to the evening time. Here come those rainfall totals. Just like yesterday, they're going to be pretty widespread across the area because it depends if you get underneath one of those stronger storms with those heavier downpours as well. Temperature wise, it's a mild to warm start this morning in the 60s, even 70 degrees currently in Dayton. Afternoon highs today in the low to mid 80s. Tonight, storms in the evening, but quieter overnight. Lows once again in the 60s. And then here are those slightly cooler temperatures for tomorrow, upper 70s to low 80s. And it'll stay that way for the rest of the 7 days ahead. So today is the last really warm and humid day of the week. The rest of the week closer to what's seasonable for the middle of May.
Okay, we will be prepared for those potential storms later today. Thank you for the heads up.